Hello, everybody. I'm live with the very glamorous Smita Deshmukh from Mumbai, of course. Can't help it. No, she has
Only
to live
me.
up to her town, her city's
Oh yeah.
reputation. Have you voted today, Smita?
Yes, and true to the celeb Mumbai style, I voted in the afternoon post lunch. The only reason is because my constituency people vote like in record numbers. So the Lok
Oh,
Sabha experience was that one had to stand for 2.5 hours. So this time I took one of my friends said, since when you became a celebrity that you, I voted around 3 o'clock. Just that basically I wanted to avoid the crowds. Nothing this thing about it. So it was quite easy actually. In 10 minutes I was out. But during Lok Sabha, I think we were superbly excited. So I went at 10 o'clock and I only got out at around 12:30. Such was the
uh,
crowd.
so I'm even more spoiled. Huh? I can see the polling booth from my window. So
Yeah.
I wait to see, what the rush is like at the booth.
You know,
And
but I,
uh,
I I also did the same. I called a friend under who's building the polling booth is, and she gave me a fantastic advice. She said it is really crowded, which is a good sign. And
yeah.
so come at around between 2:30 and 3. So I was out in 10 minutes.
Oh, great, great. We're not going to ask you who you voted for,
Yeah.
but let's get down. Last night was an explosive pre-election night. Okay,
Yes,
I
yes.
personally think that be it the Tavde case or the Supriya Sule case, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference to the voter because it's just too little, too late. I mean, it's in that sense in terms of actually changing voter preference. But am I right or wrong? Do you think people actually saw that and said, "Oh my God, I was going to vote for BJP, but I'm
No,
not going to," or I was voting for NCP, Supriya Sule's party, but I'm not going to. Do you think that happened?
no. I agree with you because I find the Vinod Tavde case very fishy because while
Hmm.
Vinod Tavde was there and he was trying to talk to his karyakartas, and the Hitendra Thakur, is one of the big supporters of Sharad Pawar. He is the one who said that he was tipped off by somebody from the BJP about him. So he's trying to insinuate that there is some kind of a leadership battle between Fadnavis and Taude. I feel they
Hmm.
both are in different spaces as of now and relatively happy in their spaces. That is what it is. And Taude has agreed for an investigation while Supriya Sule has taken a very different step. He's, I'm going to sue you, I'm going to do this. Is that,
Yeah.
misappropriation of funds in that Bitcoin scam of, I think, 2018. And there is a former IPS officer who's come out and this thing. But
We'll
I feel
definitely get to that.
I
Yeah.
feel this is like this is again my my conclusion is at, bringing attacking Vinod Tavde, who's a very senior BJP leader at the national level, was like a Lakshman Rekha, which uh, which the
Hmm.
NCP crossed, Sharad Pawar camp crossed, and so the BJP said now it's over. Now it's like full on. We are going to attack. Like we if something like this ever comes out, we are going to go full throttle. So last ditch attempt, but makes no difference to people who vote. Certainly
I
not.
I don't think either. By the way, I do think that MahaYuti is going to win, but that I've said weeks ago. So we'll see whether and Smita, I'm pretty good at this, huh? Knock on wood. And it's like nothing. It's just a vibe. So,
No, I
but
feel, I'll tell you something. The good part of Mahayuti has been the learnings of what happened in May 2024. And this time they were totally focused. They did several things which are right. We will know, I think, by 5 o'clock, as per the Election Commission's website, Maharashtra has polled around over 58%, anything between 58.2%, which is not bad. I won't say bad. I wish we will get better numbers by 8 o'clock. I think what went right for Mahayuti, let's look at it from that perspective. They had a very clear agenda, which means it was almost like, like a math. It was like literally a statistical paper. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have so much, the number of candidates. Even the division of the 288 seats was done literally on paper and in a very calculated manner. And the candidates, the sitting MLAs were immediately announced. So
Yeah.
the sitting MLAs got a huge 1.5 month advantage to campaign.
Hmm.
And not like you remember last time, just 15-20 days before election, some candidates were announced last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all those things, also the fact that there is a lot of strategy of sending some very good BJP candidates in Shinde. So
Hmm.
Shinde today has 14 to 16 candidates who have come from BJP.
Now,
So
just
which
explain this to
encourage,
me, Smita. Smita, just
yeah.
explain this to me. So now Shaina NC, is she now a BJP member or is she a Shinde Shiv Sena member?
No, she has joined Shinde.
Oh, so she's left the BJP.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
BJP has, I won't say she has left the BJP. Let me put it in the correct word. She was asked by BJP to join Shinde and contest for MahaYuti from Mumbai seat. That is how I'm looking at it. There is another candidate. So, Narayan Rane's
hmm.
elder son, Nilesh Rane. He was, both the sons were in BJP. He has left BJP to join Shinde, and he is contesting from a constituency in Konkan called Kudar. So this is happening across the board for Shinde. So the strengthening of Shiv Sena, Shiv Sena, which is the integral part of the MahaYuti, because
Hmm.
still a lot of hardcore BJP supporters, they don't look at Ajit Pawar as the natural ally, which is, I think, is a fair argument in the MahaYuti. So that's a very good strategy to strengthen Shinde so that the Shinde numbers also go up.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Interesting, interesting, and that brings me to Supriya Sule, the other. But actually, coming to Vinod Thavre's case, I found it very odd. He's in a hotel, in his opponent's hotel, right? It's not
Yeah,
even like
yeah,
some BJP guy's hotel.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like I mean, in a hotel you can be bugged. There's CCTV. You're being under observation, especially when you're a big leader like that. And then this whole drama of money and this and flashing things around, and eventually only 9.5 lakhs is found, which frankly, if you do an event in a hotel for supporters, also just lunch in a place like Taj Vivanta, will
Mhm.
cost you that very easily. It's even if
Yeah.
it just the bills, you'll book
Yeah, and
couple.
I mean, see, the EC is checking everybody's bags. If you see, Uddhav Thackeray created a big, "Arey, they are attacking me." EC
Yeah.
has checked Nitin Gadkari's bags, Fadnavis's bags, Shinde's bags, everybody's bag, Milind Devra's bag 2 days ago. So nothing was found. My only thing is, again, this is my thing. All these cases, what is the status of all these cases post Saturday?
I
Will
don't
these
know.
cases, yeah.
Which
So I think people are also way too smart to understand where this is going. Like,
Yeah.
people would also know where would these cases go. Will they go to any logical end after Saturday? We don't know. We don't
Sule
know.
is also, she's also responded pretty aggressively, and she said, I'll debate this where you want, any place you want, whatever time you want. So
Yeah.
she's
I
also
think the
kind of brazen
Sule case is much more complicated because there are actually people who are this former IPS officer who's brought out this investigation. I mean, there are actual people involved in those. I mean, whether this recording is authentic or not, it's for the investigator. But the Sule case is very, very complicated. It's not easy. So there is enough evidence to file an FIR. I
You
don't
think?
know honestly whether it is being filed, but Sule case is, it's not easy for her to say, I'm going to sue, I'm going to sue. It's not easy. She will have to really, I mean, if this case goes further, if MahaYuti wins and they show gumption to take it further, then it would be interesting.
But see, here's where I find the Sule case interesting is that the ex-cop, who has brought this out into the public domain, he obviously has a vendetta, right? Because he was in jail for 14 months over this whole Bitcoin issue. He was the
Yeah,
investigator.
obviously. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
100%.
I'm sorry.
so he's
Yeah.
he's a cop. So he's a cop. So he's going to verify. Sorry. He's going to verify his information, right, before going out into the public domain.
Yeah, and he is showing lot of messages. I mean, there have been some Marathi channels who are interviewing him. They are showing lot of messages which he claims are from Supriya Sule. I'm not saying that that's what I'm saying. The Supriya Sule case is not is complicated, but let's see. That's what I'm saying. I want to see what happens on Saturday by Saturday evening. Does the Supriya Sule case dies or it remains?
What do you think, Pallavi? Do you think it survived this? I saw an interview you did with her. How's she taking it? What's
You
her?
know, I'll tell you one thing. She certainly seemed angry and rattled because yesterday, when the news first broke, she was across every channel doing phonos, and even today, so she
Yeah.
is little calm and composed. Often when she meets us in Parliament, itna nahi hote, but like I give you a small example when she came in and I walked up to her to us. She said, "मैं अंदर नहीं करूँगी, मैं बाहर करूँगी," and then she says to people in Marathi, which she thought I won't understand, but she said, "Delhi वाले कहाँ से आ जाते हैं?" When she was giving those multiple interviews and she was giving these long bites and she told everyone, "I'm going to speak in Marathi first." Those Marathi channels, she spoke to them for 20-25 minutes. Yeah, Smita. It was very
Yeah.
clear vote bank she was trying to address. It was very because they mattered, but she was so angry, she was aggressive, she was hyper and rattled.
Yeah.
But truth, I mean, you know this better, Smita, because when I asked her about Ajit Pawar, she says कि वो Ajit Pawar है, वो कुछ भी कह सकते हैं. But when I asked Ajit Pawar, for a change today, he did not say anything about her voice because yesterday he was saying it's all AI and usi ka voice hai. Today
No,
he
no,
claimed,
no. But just wait, Pallavi. He has actually said that it is her. If I'm not mistaken, I posted one video of him in the morning where he says he the voice is really sounding like my sister's voice. But there
today,
has to be
but
investigation.
yeah, I know that's what I asked him. I asked her, so she said वो अजीत पवार है, वो कुछ भी बोल सकता है. But today when I asked Ajit Pawar that you have said this about her, he downplayed it immediately. He said in investigation होना चाहिए, मुझे कुछ नहीं कहना.
Huh.
I
But
There's
said
probably
morning he said the voice is sounding
yeah,
exactly
but
like my sister. उसने
all
भी game खेला.
all in no,
no,
I think it's
but
all in
his
the
son
family.
has sort of been more reticent. He's saying, "I will not discuss my
Yeah, I
my
think is also
aunt."
maybe Smita knows better, Advaita. I think it is also because they don't want to play this family versus family and all that kind of stuff.
Yes,
They
but
don't know how.
I also want to tell you that like we were saying, in Lok Sabha, family versus family, but this battle, this Baramati election constituency is even worse because this time Sharad Pawar has done something. I mean, even I would say one step beyond. He has actually got Ajit Pawar's elder brother's son to fight. This Yogendra Pawar, is Srinivas Pawar's son. I mean, this is even worse than Lok Sabha. So the Pawar versus Pawar is literally, I mean, I'm telling you, it is so dirty. I don't know how dirty it can go beyond this.
But tell me
Because
something.
seriously, yeah.
Is it a situation of blood is thicker than water? Come Saturday, if the numbers work out in such a way that it makes more sense for Ajit Pawar to go back to his uncle,
No, so
will there
I
be a
feel,
change further?
no, I look at it in this way. If you talk to Baramati voters, traditional Baramati voters, they also know that these guys are now, I mean, I was just telling somebody the other day on a Twitter space. Imagine for all of us who have known Pratibha Pawar, Sharad Pawar's wife, for years and years, she never ever stepped out. She was always only on the election day you could see Pratibha Tai. Pratibha Tai has been in active politics since last 1 year. She is going and literally campaigning also. I've never seen anything like this. So I feel that somewhere the traditional Baramati voters are saying for Lok Sabha it will be the elder Pawar, and for Vidhan Sabha it will be Ajit Pawar because Ajit Pawar has done a lot of work in Baramati
But
constituency.
I
So
agree with you,
somewhere
Smita.
the voter is going to do a balancing act. This is my take, and Ajit Pawar will
I
win.
because that's the sense. This is the first time I visited Baramati and Advaita. It's so beautiful, it's so clean, it's so
It
much of
is
open.
so pretty. You feel
And
you are not in India. You will
yeah,
feel you are not in India.
I spoke to quite a few people when I was speaking to voters. Many of them said, "Yeah, personal battle hai, हमें नहीं लेने का." But there were a couple of voters, 6, them who very openly told me कि देखो लोकसभा में एक चीज था, विधानसभा में कुछ और है. And I think I will not be too surprised, and I think the edge is with Ajit Pawar, at least as far as Baramati is concerned. And
Yes,
I
it
think
is. No,
Supriya Sule knows it. I think Sharad Pawar and Supriya Sule knows it, which is what explains why Supriya Sule was so agitated. That's really unusual. I never found this in her. She's actually very pleasant. Here she was very rattled, talking too much. You know what I mean? And whether when people tell you
Tweeting
speak,
too much.
no,
Yeah.
because Pallavi, in this case, this particular case, there is a what the text evidence. There is it's not just audio. The exchange of talks between this guy and that the I think the IT company or that sorry, the audit company guy. उनके बीच में भी जो text है, those texts are made public. So that is one thing. The second thing is this Yugandhar Pawar, which is come, the nephew. I mean, when you listen to him, he looks like completely fish out of the water. He had no idea what he's got into. So, he is preparing the next generation. But honestly, in all these dynasty controlled parties, the next generation will be also family members. I mean, in Baramati, it will be always Pawar versus Pawar now.
And Sule has how many children? She has
Two, as a son and a daughter.
yeah,
Okay.
I saw them, and she's got a very cute dog.
Yes.
उसका नाम Luca.
What
And
naam? Kya?
Luca.
Luca, yeah.
I tweeted that picture. So Luca has a Fortuner, and there was a driver who was driving Luca around, and it's so cute.
Speaking of high society life, Priyanka Chaturvedi has been really trolled on Twitter today.
Why?
Because she was wearing
In a
a
Burberry shirt.
t-shirt, which then all the everybody on Twitter kind of started posting how much it costs, and then she had so,
Okay,
so that was also going on the side, and
every third or fourth person I've seen wearing a Burberry and all that.
I mean, those are the circles you move in, yeah, Pallavi. What can we say? And oh, Pallavi's gone. But these conversations between Supriya Sule and this person, they're from a couple of years ago. I think 2019 or something of that
18, 19, yeah. So that's what I feel now, for the fact that it has to come out. And immediately after this Vinod Tavde incident, I think there was a line crossed. But I must tell you something. I have never seen such a focused, aggressive, and up on the toes Fadnavis for a long time. I like this Fadnavis, this approach of Fadnavis. No nonsense, absolutely clear idea. There have been candidates from Shinde as well as from Ajit Pawar, which the BJP did not like, and he said, we are not campaigning for them. So this is also very, very strange, which I saw. And at least I feel this time, if you are a traditional BJP voter, you had 100% clarity. What is the position, what you want to do. वो जो confusion नहीं था like last time.
Smita, tell me one thing. Why has Devendra Fadnavis made this switch? Is he more confident?
Yes, but because I think the Lok Sabha, I won't call it debacle, but the bad numbers of Lok Sabha was largely pushed on him. He was not able to convince the allies that you have to do get back to work, announce good candidates. There were many candidates from from Shinde as well as Ajit Pawar, which were not of very good. People questioned them. So I think he literally went and did the math and came up with that, an absolute solid strategy. I liked it. In fact, every question I have asked, I have got a clear-cut answer. There was no ambiguity. I'll give you several examples. Like he said, we are going to support Amit Thackeray, Raj Thackeray's son. Because Raj Thackeray gave unconditional support. So we will not put a candidate against Amit Thackeray. But Shinde, there is a Shinde candidate against Amit Thackeray, which the BJP said, we are not going to campaign for you. We told you not to put, we are not going to campaign. So,
But
like,
why
it's
would they do that?
complicated when you are in an alliance, but if Shinde is not going to listen, I also empathize with Shinde because the candidate against Raj Thakkre's son, he's a sitting MLA and he has been a big Shinde supporter right from the big, the when Shinde split,
A
he
split
has
and
been
everything.
supporting. So you cannot, you can't. I understand Shinde's position, but I appreciate Fadnavis's position. Or for example, if you look at the other situation, let's say of Nawab Malik, who is now with Shinde, and of course these big allegations of Hawala and the Dawood Ibrahim connection, and Fadnavis said we are not going to campaign for him. You please don't give him ticket. He gave, Ajit Pawar still ended up giving the ticket, and BJP is staying away from that
But tell me
battle.
something,
So
Smita,
it's
you know,
this is a very
yeah,
complicated,
yeah.
alliance, and you will have these complicated situations unless if you are taking a stand. You may disagree with Fadnavis' stand, but he took a stand, and I think I appreciate that of him.
Okay, Smita, the other thing, and Pallavi can also come in on this. I was watching Poonam Mahajan's interview some time back, um, in that which he spoke about, being cut to size or being sabotaged because of internal politics in the BJP. And Pallavi, Smita's just, I think she's on her phone, so she must have got a call. So she's spoken about this. This theme sort of keeps coming, even when what happened with Tavre yesterday. There was this talk about, internal sabotage. Is there like this kind of internal dynamic in the BJP in Maharashtra, which is off? And is it visible? Pallavi, can't hear you. Can't hear you. Smita's back. Yeah. Smita
No,
is.
I
Um,
no. I genuinely believe what she said was absolutely right. For I cannot understand why she was not given this ticket. I mean, you can look out, you can give all kinds of what can you say argument, but there has been no valid reason to find out why she was denied a ticket.
you're talking about local.
Some, and then the things I heard, oh, she's never around, she doesn't do any work. Itna this, and she had a right to express her view, and I support her view. This another thing which I see, this last minute bringing candidates kahin se bhi, though I also believe that the candidate which the BJP got, our that state prosecutor, unable to
Ujjwal
get his
Nikam.
name now, Ujjwal Nikam, he's not a bad candidate, but somehow I feel that people thought ye kahan se, usko kahan se leke aaya, and this thing. But I quite liked her interview, and her gumption to say it.
Yes, she did say it, and
Yeah.
this is the thing that I wanted to, because we've had Pankaja Munde also speak out at some point. Then with Mr.
No,
Tavre, yes.
Pankaja Munde said about ki batenge to katenge Maharashtra mein nahi chalega, which is, I really believe, I understand from where she is coming from,
Where?
because no, because I feel that there is a big difference between Maharashtra voters in comparison to other voters. There's a large section of voters here which are, I mean, Maharashtra is very highly urbanized also. People are educated and they understand it. They would be more aligned to ek hai to safe hai than batenge to katenge. And I think the BJP took it in a very, in their stride, and ek hai to safe hai became the, what can you say, the anthem rather than batenge to katenge. So in a way, good. It worked, I feel.
Well, it's essentially the same message, but to two different demographics who will
Exactly,
respond to it
exactly.
in the way that they need to. Pallavi, are you seeing some resonance for "Ek hai to safe hai" and "Batoge to katoge"? Pallavi, can't hear you. Yeah, can't hear you. There's something wrong. I couldn't hear you earlier also. Okay, she'll come back.
No, it
Okay,
has. I feel ek hai to safe hai has worked.
it's worked. You think it's worked in
Yes,
the urban
yes,
centers? But again,
yes.
Smita, Mumbai numbers are just disgusting, and
Yeah,
something that we would look at the Worli seat and say, okay, Milind Deora, Aditya Thackeray, kind of an interesting battle, young, educated leaders, both of them, big political legacies. But it hasn't enthused the voting public because they have the
no. But
those.
South Bombay always is this way. South Bombay is a concern, but the BJP. I mean, BJP has a good support in South Bombay. I'm always very. I wonder, what really, because there are a lot of traditional Gujaratis and Marwadis also in South Mumbai, and they support BJP. It's a big BJP base. But I haven't really seen. Has the final numbers of Worli come out?
No, not yet.
I don't know nothing. So
They
in fact, that is a constituency I want to watch, because I'll tell you, there is Aditya, there is Milind,
will-
but the MNS candidate there, Sandeep Deshpande, he's a very good candidate, So you never know. This constituency is a killer. Let's see.
So maybe he
Okay.
cut the votes for Aditya Thackeray, na? Plus a
Yeah,
Milind Devra.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, and also Milind Devra contesting from there, and the MNS candidate has restricted Aditya Thackeray's movement, na? Made him concentrate a lot about Worli.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that
Aditya
was a
Thackeray, I did not see many of Aditya Thackeray's
oh,
big rallies, but Aditya Thackeray was very active on social media and all these podcasts. And of course, that infamous, I'm going to call that infamous metro ride. Can you imagine the audacity of this man to take a metro ride for his campaign, a project that they delayed for 2.5 years and costed escalation of that project by 10,000 crores. He had the audacity to board a metro. Politicians, they can do anything, I'm telling you. Anything. सब
it's true.
चलता है महाराष्ट्र में तो सब चलता है.
सब जगह सब चलता है.
And what about Pallavi? What is the negativity you felt between the Shiv Sena factions? Has it settled, or is it really on display this time
So
round?
on the ground, as far as the workers are concerned, they're very confused. I mean, I never found that much of acrimony among the workers because I don't know, maybe they are confused, they've not reconciled. Whatever acrimony you see is largely between Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde and all of that. But on the ground, I don't see that acrimony. What I found very interesting is also personal attacks nahi kiya is baar because people don't know how it's going to work out. Like again, I'm going back to Baramati. Wahan pe we try to go Supriya Sule, and I remember I asked her this question that Ajit Pawar is saying ki this is your voice. अरे वो अजीत पवार हैं वो कुछ भी कह सकते हैं हरे रामा हरे कृष्णा and all of that stuff she said. Ajit Pawar, I badgered him and he kept on saying investigation होने दो मैं इसके बारे में बात नहीं करना चाहता because of the ground they don't want to get betrayer dagabaz that kind of narrative they don't want which leaves the workers very confused still.
You know what I think? I don't think the BJP is going to pursue this, for the simple reason that if they had not gone for Tavde in the afternoon, I don't think they would have even raised it because
Yeah.
this was already in the public domain. The police officer was already doing interviews. He was already talking about it. I think when this Tavde incident happened, then the BJP, I think, got instigated to pick this up and amplify it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you know what, Pallavi? You should see the language. There were no personal attacks, but you should see the language used by Uddhav Thackeray. It is not only below the belt. It is so pathetic. These personal attacks, that anger which he still has. What I am surprised to see is that whoever the advisors of Uddhav Thackeray are, and I know there are many journalists who advise him, quote unquote. You know what happened? He still comes across as an angry, frustrated man that somebody took away my party, he keeps on saying it. This man took away my party, this man took away my people, this man took away my symbol. I mean, it's done. What is your party? Talk about now this anger and frustration and the language. I'm telling you, Maharashtrians do not like this. It doesn't work in Maharashtra.
Yeah, but to be fair to him, whether if your party is being split up and someone who was very much a part of you, in the sense of being close to you, is now become the chief minister, it hurts. But also, this is how you appeal to your core vote bank. You whip up this whole ki mere saath vishwasghat hua. That's their politics. Because look, if they don't form the government this time round in Maharashtra, MVA, knives are going to be out. And Uddhav Thackeray, for all that matter, you will notice better is almost over. I mean, in politics, no one is.
I think what she's
My thing is, while I agree with you, I'll tell you where I differ. he had the opportunity to talk positives, you know. I mean, whatever it is, he was the chief minister for 2.5 years. He could have ran a much positive campaign. He could have said, this is what I did for you in the worst possible time, which was COVID. He could have created a completely positive pro people campaign. Instead, you know, his speeches were, I just couldn't take it. And trust me when I say this, this kind of campaigning doesn't work in Maharashtra. This
I
kind of,
think,
if BJP
yeah,
was told to tone down batenge to katenge, which they did very fast. Somebody should have told Uddhav Thackeray, now you don't, it's over. You know, it's like there's no point in discussing it.
But that way,
Now you
Sharad
talk
Pawar
about your
never ran
party
a
now.
negative campaign.
Huh?
Sharad Pawar never ran a negative campaign. He was more nuanced to the point.
Yeah.
no, but this yesterday's incident, I think, has drawn the battle lines between NCP and BJP for sure. I don't know how
100%.
long it will last, but it's happened. And I think what
Yeah.
Smita is saying about Uddhav Thackeray, I think it's more that he has been wronged. You know, if you look at it objectively, sure,
Hmm.
there is an element of that. But he's also deviated so far away from the ideology of the party
Yes,
that you
yes.
can, you can find, why people would be disenchanted with his leadership and the direction in which he's taking the party. But I get what you're saying. You know, maybe if he had communicated his displeasure in more hurt terms as opposed to more angry terms,
Yeah.
maybe it would
And
have
I think, you know what, they tried very hard. If you see the last 15-20 days, they also tried a new strategy where he came up when they were asked, Uddhav Thackre's party was asked that, you constantly attack Ambani, Adani, and then suddenly he said, no, 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 no. Ambani is different than Adani. You know, Ambani has done so much for Maharashtra. He has done all his projects here, and he has given so much, jobs to people from Maharashtra. But this guy Adani is like, he's taking away everything. And then comes 2 days later, if I'm not mistaken, was it yesterday or day before yesterday? I think Pranay Roy interviewed Sharad Pawar. And Sharad Pawar said all these attacks on Adani are stupid. We created the entire the rule book for Dharavi project, and he applied and he got it. We have played a very big role in Adani getting this contract. Number one. Number two, he said Adani has been doing great work for Maharashtra for the last 15-20 years. So, he has completely exposed Rahul Gandhi and Uddhav Thackeray. So these are big policy decisions. Now
I,
the anti-Adani movement in Maharashtra is going to flop. It's not going
I
to
think
happen.
I think Sharad Pawar has never been very comfortable with these attacks on the corporates coming in from Rahul Gandhi.
100%. Yeah.
I'm told that
100%.
Thackeray, someone was telling me Uddhav Thackeray is a little upset about the fact that he takes his whole Adani thing very personally because he feels that they were the ones who were responsible for the fall of his government. So it's become a personal agenda. That day I went for Rahul Gandhi's press conference in Mumbai. 6 questions were asked. And all these 6 questions were pre-decided. The people who they were supposed to ask also was pre-decided. And all 6 were on Dharavi. It's a bit too much of
Yeah.
a coincidence. In fact,
Yes.
they came up with a separate Mumbai Nyay Patra or something like that, which talks about redevelopment of slums. But मैं आपको बता दूं, Smita, when I went to Dharavi, very little, I may be very wrong and myopic, but when I went there, even among the minorities, many of them told me that, we don't want a house to go away, but we actually want development. We want good facilities, we want jobs, roads. Like one guy tells me he was a minority Muslim था, बोला कि ना एक ही bathroom में, एक संडास में हम लोग 5 families जाते हैं. Those kind of stuff. We can't even imagine. Ravi, I saw for the first time so extensively, Advaita. I've seen it in movies. But
I pass through Dharavi at least 3 times a week, and I'm telling you, literally the way these people live, we can glorify. Remember even today, and I've been writing about it much to the irritation of my former colleagues in Times of India. Do you know there is this poverty tourism there, where a lot of people from Europe come and they want to stay in these houses? It's unbelievable, and they go all around walking. I see them every week. These group of white people who come there. Dharavi is a real, I mean, dhabba hai hamare, hamare desh pe. These people deserve a better life.
the day I went, there was a bus full of tourists, all Ferengis, German and all of
Yeah,
them. And they were being
yeah,
taken around. And they were taken inside the houses. It was like
yes,
do a movie on Dharavi, yeah. The
yeah.
Asli story.
No,
Great.
I know many journalists, especially photographers and content writers who have partnered with a lot of foreigners to do, books, movies, documentaries on Dharavi. It's a big business to keep Dharavi this way. I'm
I
telling
guess
you,
all.
and somehow I think the ordinary people know that redevelopment is the way out. Everybody wants a better life. The aspiration level of the poor. Why shouldn't they have a better life?
And why should they be living like this in 2024? You know,
Exactly, exactly.
that's the sad part. And moving on from this, there's Pallavi. There was this thing on social media that there is an independent candidate in Sholapur, I think, and
Yes,
the Shindés are supporting the independent candidate as opposed to Uddhav Thackeray's party's candidate.
yes.
And they made an announcement. Pallavi, so happy. Why are you so happy about it, Pallavi? Huh?
Yeah. They're very
You heard of
interesting.
it now? You've heard of this, right?
I'm aware of it. I'm aware of the entire story.
Oh, then tell us the story because
So
Pallavi just kind of.
the thing is that it is happening with Congress across Western Maharashtra. You would see what happened in the Lok Sabha election, Sangli, for example. The seat was suddenly given to Uddhav Thackeray. They have no presence in Western Maharashtra. The Congress candidate became a rebel and he won. He's a member of parliament today. In this case also, the seat was given to Uddhav Thackeray. Uddhav Thackeray went to campaign. Sushil Kumar Shinde and his daughter Praniti Shinde never turned up, and they are supporting the independent candidate over Uddhav Thackeray. This alliance, I'm telling you, MVA ko it's and you know what, I whatever you may say, Pranati Shinde, she's a young Congress leader. She came out and the way she defended it, Uddhav Thackeray said, "We will never work, we will never talk, and we will never work with the Shindes. It's over." But what is
When
the
did he,
point? The damage is already done.
when did he say this?
He said it today. Yesterday evening only he said it. We'll
But
never
no one
work
is
with
talking
these
about
people.
Deshmukh here. He's become the most aggressive, one of the most aggressive campaigners for his brother. His baat
Who?
to kuch.
That will not work.
Yeah,
The brother's seat this time is in absolute crisis.
yeah. Which is why I
Yeah,
think
because Pawan Kalyan went there and did a map. The local people are saying that they've never seen a rally like this. Pawan Kalyan, imagine Pawan Kalyan having this kind of, impact in Maharashtra of all people. And he spoke in excellent Marathi. You know, never seen Ritesh Deshmukh speaking in such good Marathi.
This is what's interesting is that you are having these kind of pan regional figures rise, like the role
Yeah.
Himanta Biswa Sharma played in Jharkhand this time round, where he's been very active in the campaigning and everything over there, and being the CM of Assam. And here you have Pawan Kalyan, who's the deputy CM, again playing a very active role in an election in a neighboring state. So there is this, drive of certain of a sort of a pan regional person.
Yogi Adityanath, one of the most used rallies in
Yes,
Maharashtra.
I mean, he's national. Huh? He's national. Yogi goes everywhere.
Parked in, in Mumbai office, micromanaging the entire campaign of the BJP.
No, but I was surprised. You know what? I didn't see much from Smriti Irani. I mean, she has a good following in Maharashtra, Mumbai. You know,
Yeah.
MMR also. She was here. Maybe I don't know. I
He
wish
was in
I could
Mumbai.
have seen more of
What
Smriti
I
Irani.
what I picked up from the BJP was that they have taken a conscious decision this time around, and you'll notice it, barring the first few weeks or something, largely national leaders. Most of them were kept out. They were not like, no carpet bombing is taking place. Like Smriti Irani ne kuch kiya, Piyush Goyal ne thoda bahut kiya because he's an MP from there. And otherwise, you didn't see too many of the central ministers or leaders.
No.
They were like
No, they
very
came, but for a day. They came like Ashwini Vaishnav
yeah,
was here
but
for a day, for
like
one
what I
meeting,
saw,
and he went back.
but
Naddaji was here for a short while.
Yeah, but in West Bengal, there was carpet bombing. They were there almost every single day. We said,
Yeah,
day one,
that I agree. That I
they tried to
agree.
go in more for the local thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, this pan-regional kind of figures are being put to use a lot more than pulling people in from the national scene. But again, I would have liked to see more women being star campaigners and being out there. I think we didn't hear the woman's voice that much in the campaigns as one would have expected from any party, actually.
Did you
Uh,
do you also think they kept Kangana away?
oh yeah,
Uh,
she's kind of just vanished, hasn't she? She's just
well,
vanished.
not,
I think she's getting too controversial, maybe for them.
yeah, yeah, she
But
is.
Kangana could have played some role in at least in Mumbai. I mean, she has a house here.
And she spent many years there. You're right. She was
Yeah,
nowhere to be seen.
Kangana was kept. But I really feel that the of course there's no comparison. But this whole celebrity endorsement is also out. In fact, celebrity endorsement may go negative nowadays post US elections. So I did not see any celebrities coming out and campaigning. Wo bhi gaya this
Even
thing.
Hema Malini, actually. Hema Malini also
That's
was
what I'm
not seen.
saying.
I
No,
mean, I didn't see any women, from any party, except
that's
for
what I'm
Supriya.
saying. Celebrities are out. Celebrity endorsement is out.
But even leaders, like, female leaders, there wasn't, although everyone's talking about women in their campaign promises and in the discourse, but in terms of, anyway,
But it was local women, na? They used the local leaders. They were driving home the point.
I hope so. Let's
You
see how
know, you
Shaina.
know who,
Left and all.
who's killing it. You know who's killing it on digital? Raj Thackeray. He's everywhere. He is everywhere. And
What's he
I
doing?
like his. I mean, he was on Curly Tales. He was on
Oh, like that.
even a show by that Khane Mein Kya Hai. All these YouTubers. He was quite this thing. But his hoardings. I mean, he's a very creative person. His hoardings and his messages, his audio messages, his video messages, very very impactful. In fact, I also feel this is a make or break or something really important election for Raj Thackeray and his future, because over the period of time we've seen people coming for his rallies. His rallies are like crowded, but people don't end up voting for him. So this is a very important, and if he wins, let's say anything between even 8 to 10 seats, it's a game. I mean, it's a big this is a big election for Raj Thackeray and the future of MNS also.
But this brings me to the post election, right? Whoever wins, wins. We'll know soon enough. But what does it mean for the different people involved? Now, let's start with NCP. NCP, of course, performs very strongly, or has at least in the last couple of local and national elections in Maharashtra. This is Supriya Sule's first election, is it, as the national leader, the national
Yeah,
president of
as the
this?
president, yes. Big,
Yeah,
big,
so,
big
so this
election,
is
post
a
Lok
test
Sabha.
for
Yeah.
her. Yeah, so this is a huge test for her to see, how the party does under her leadership. So I think the results and how they perform would have an impact on that. Would, if, for example, the Sharad Pawar faction doesn't do that well, will Ajit Pawar then move in for the kill and try and, like Pac-Man, get the rest of the
So
party? Or
I have a little different take on this. She tweeted sometime, I think some 10, 15 days ago, where she said, I've told my dad enough now, you rest. But the fact that an 84, 85-year-old man is taking rallies after rallies after rallies, I mean, in a way, it also raises question mark over her leadership, that the father
yeah.
is, and he actually at one point said that this is, I mean, I'm not going to Rajya Sabha, this is it, I mean, this is perhaps my, but he always, whatever he says, he ends up doing exactly the opposite. We have seen it for the last, I've seen it for the last 35 years. So I never believe that. That is number one. But I have a feeling that Ajit Pawar is going to play a long game. Ajit Pawar is going to wait and watch how this goes. And even the NCP MLAs are, whoever is with Ajit Pawar, they know that it is not, they should not look out for any short-term goals. They have to
Okay.
look long-term to be with Ajit Pawar, because whatever it is, he is the future of that party. The
So,
brand NCP.
Smita, just tell me this. Okay, if it's 100% pie, What percentage is with Ajit Pawar and what percentage of NCP is with Sharad Pawar? Cadre, leaders.
70-30. 70 is with Ajit Pawar.
70% is with Ajit Pawar.
In the assembly,
Wow.
yes.
I'm talking about
Wow.
assembly. Huh?
Wow.
I'm talking about assembly. Yeah, assembly. I agree. Kind of. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay. 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 So that's a big shift one can see. Pallavi, the Shinde Sena and the Uddhav Thackeray Sena. If Shinde performs better, see, Uddhav Thackeray's Sena did well in 2019. They were in alliance with the BJP. So they got a good chunk of seats as opposed to the other two members of their alliance. They had the maximum number of seats. But that was when they were in alliance with BJP. They had ideological clarity, all of those kind of things. Now, when they're kind of secular and, have transformed their entire image, if they don't perform, what next for the
Exactly.
Thackeray's? For the Thackeray's, if they don't
But
perform in this
see,
election.
in politics, they say it's never over. But I would say it's almost over. I think more than Uddhav Thackeray, it's Aditya Thackeray. It's Aditya Thackeray because obviously, the father wants to pass on the baton to the son. That would be a problem area for him. The Thackeray, see, I was telling this on TV only. See, Congress is considered to be a dynasty party. But the only one which is not fighting for its dynasty in Maharashtra is the Congress because they don't have anything here in terms of dynasty or legacy. I'm not even talking about the Deshmukhs and all. But both the NCP, that is Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar, dynasty battle. And they have to show that they are the asli one. Similarly, is the case with Shiv Sena, where Uddhav Thackera's pitch is that I am the real Shiv Sena, Balasaheb Thackeray, father, and all that kind of stuff. For him, I would say it's like almost over. Yeah, I mean, really, it's a huge setback. It's very difficult for him to kind of recover.
If he loses. And if Shinde doesn't do too well, Smita, do you see a reverse exodus? Same question to you. If it's 100
No.
pi of 100, pi of 100, how much is with Shiv Sena, Uddhav, and how much is with Shinde?
In terms of assembly,
Yeah.
75 is with Shinde. 75
wow.
is with Shinde. No, I'll tell you, I have a gut feeling that Shinde is going to do great. Because they have learned from their mistakes. They brought this Ladki Bahin Yojana. 2.5 crore women across caste, religion are getting that benefit. The money is actually going, not just khatakhat where money is going to come, and by the time you go, there is no money. So Shinde is going to do extremely well. Another thing is that Shinde is also playing the long-term game. These Shinde and Ajit Pawar are building their parties, okay? And we cannot judge them over one election or two elections or three elections. They will have to play a long-term game. They have to focus on, while there is the agenda is development, their development chapter has to go pan-India, pan Maharashtra. They will have to build their parties. So I feel that Shinde has worked very, very hard, and he has taken that role, that responsibility very, very seriously. So Shinde is going to do much better than Uddhav Thackeray. I'm sticking my neck out and saying it. So that is
And the
one.
Congress,
So Shinde going back is out of question. And why would he want to go back? He has the name, he has the numbers, he has the symbol. वापस जाके क्या इसके साथ काम करना है?
Okay,
It's
so
out of question.
alternative. What about if Uddhav Thackeray wants to come back to the BJP post this result?
I think it is it has this too much water which has this. I always say this, you never know. Because just 3 days ago, a lot of journalists were talking about in Maharashtra that Uddhav is doing back channel talks and all. And I said, oh my God, please forgive me a break. Huh? I mean, seriously, but it will be not only damaging to the BJP, it is going to be a complete betrayal part 2 to Shinde, because by bringing Uddhav back.
Okay, and now if I flip it, what if MVA wins and MahaYuti loses?
Yeah.
What does that do? for Ajit Pawar
The
faction
only,
and
the only for the thing is Ajit Pawar, because I'll tell you something which I'm going to really focus on when the counting begins, is that, as you know, BJP and Congress are fighting 70 odd seats directly with each other. At the same time, Ajit Pawar is fighting over 38 seats directly with Uncle. Okay, and 22 seats out of them are in Western Maharashtra. So if MVA wins, the person who should be very worried should be Ajit Pawar, because some of his people may or may not. Agar MBA is short, I'm now again sticking my neck out and saying it. I could be wrong, guys. I'm not a pollster. Okay, if MVA is short of 10 to 15, 10 to 15, then Ajit Pawar is in trouble.
oh, he is in luck.
No, in trouble means there are people from Ajit Pawar who may join the
Oh,
uncle, because you know, you
and
never
what about
know.
and Zishan Siddiqui, another person who people are watching out for very
Yeah, yeah. I
close.
think he'll win. Zishan will
He'll
win. Because anyway,
Oh,
he was doing a lot of work for his father.
yeah, yeah. So
So,
that's fair. And the other question: if MahaYuti wins, who do you think will be chief minister? Will it remain Shinde, or will Devendra Fadnavis be
no, I
back?
think Fadnavis will be the chief minister this time, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, when Amit Shah ji came to Maharashtra to discuss, he also apparently has said that the MahaYuti leaders cannot forget the sacrifice done by BJP 2.5, 3 years ago, when they brought, when they supported Shinde and made Shinde the chief ministerial face, though BJP is the largest party, the biggest party. So I think he made that they should not forget the sacrifice made by the BJP. And this time BJP is fighting huge number of seats, 146 plus idhar udhar se, all these people. That's what I'm saying.
So
If
then,
BJP wins maximum seats and then Shinde is with them, Shinde does well, Ajit Pawar seats remain just as a bonus, then it's a
so
clear.
what? So then you see something like Fadnavis being CM, Shinde and Pawar being deputies, right?
Yes, yes,
That's
yes,
what
yes.
happened. And if the Mahavikas Agadi wins, then what are we looking at? Who's
There's going
chief
to be a
minister?
big problem. There is going to be a big problem. Who is going to be? Not Uddhav Thackeray. I think the battle will be between the NCP and Congress. The Congress should be ready for a chief ministerial phase, according to me. But I
Who do you
never see the Congress leadership in Delhi coming out aggressive ever. I don't know. I don't know what is the issue. Maybe Pallavi can tell us,
Pallavi?
because I feel Sharad Pawar recently said that Thorat, Babasaheb Thorat could be a very good candidate for CM's post. And Thorat said, no, 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 I'm not. I mean, he never said yes or never said no. If MVA wins, it will be somebody from the Congress, definitely, who will be the chief minister. I don't see Uddhav Thackeray becoming the chief minister.
But you're right, the Congress strategy has been interesting because although they're fighting the maximum number of seats in the alliance, they have run the most invisible campaign. Like, they're not front and center.
I've never seen, even in in MMR region also, I never saw never saw a video. I mean, they have a decent social media team, but I don't understand, I mean, really,
Are
maybe
they
somebody like Pallavi can explain this. What happens to why is Congress such a, they always defensive even when they are dealing with somebody like Sharad Pawar, they're never aggressive and offensive.
Is it because they're too into what's going to happen in Wayanad and their priorities are more like
Yeah,
good?
they were all in Wayanad. When Maharashtra elections were also announced and the campaign, they were all in Wayanad.
Yeah.
जिनका कोई संबंध भी नहीं वायनाड में, वो भी वहां पहुंच गया था.
So anyway, Smita, we'll find out as
Thank
usual.
you.
Such a pleasure to hear you and get your analysis because you really
Yeah.
know things round up. So that's always really helpful to understand what's
But
happening there.
I just before we leave, I have never come across a more complicated, a more, with each passing day, an election like this ever. I have never seen an election like this. Till the last minute, everybody's like, imagine, no, I'm going to see some of these exit polls, and, bravo to all these pollsters who are going to pull out something, because honestly, nobody knows. I feel that on paper, on ground, and in terms of strategy, MahaYuti looks really
Stop.
advantage. But now nobody really wants to predict Maharashtra. It is that
But
complicated.
since I'm a TV talking head, for me
Yeah,
the most amusing thing is to see these panels, right? So there's the host, then there is the BJP guy, the Congress guy, then there's the NCP one and NCP two, then there's
yeah,
Shiv Sena, Shinde
and they get
Sena,
confused. Kisko kaun sa sawal
yeah,
pooch rahe?
yeah, and you get confused, and they also get confused, and then you're just like, are they really like against each other, or they're doing this? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. The
I
panels
think
are
if MVA
crazy.
wins again, this horse trading will start. If MVA wins, and if MVA comes very close to 10 or minus 11 to 145, same same story. You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think there's that much animosity amongst the rank and file. It may be amongst the
No,
top
no.
leadership, but
Yeah,
not amongst
yeah,
the rank and file. And
yeah.
that could be something interesting if the results, whichever way the results go. I think we'll see a
Yes.
lot of hopping across one way or the other.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Smita. Hopefully, we'll have you back when the results come, and we'll see
Okay.
how we got it or not.
Yes.
I think we got it. I
Yeah.
think the BJP is gonna wrap this up. But it's
Okay.
just
Thank you, guys.
incumbency that you need to see.
Yeah,
But anyway,
that's true. That is true.
thanks
Bye.
everybody for watching. Do like, share, subscribe, share. Bye.